Welcome to Philosophy in BIM today. Today I'm going to share some tips and tricks regarding using a Revit schedule to help track down some of the surface that has been painted over by using the paint tool in Revit. Okay, let's get started. I have a sample file here that is used for the demonstration purpose. So let's talk about the basic concept first. In Revit, you can actually use the paint tool that is located under the Modify tab. Here is with the paint here. You can use the paint tool to paint over any surface, most likely the system family, such as wall, roof, ceiling, floor, or even sometimes staircase. You can use the paint tool to paint over any of the default of material to receive any custom material from your material browser. So let's talk about that concept first, and then I'm going to go over some of the process of how we can use the schedule to do the tracking. Alright, so I'm going to use the paint tool here. It will open up the material browser in which I can use any of the material that's available here. I'm going to use the paint black here, and I'm going to use the mouse here to try to paint over this wall right there, just like that. Okay, so once the wall's painted, I'm going to say done. Once the wall's painted, most likely what happens is nobody's going to know. Probably the only person that's going to know is the person who painted this wall in the first place. And what happens is, for a large complex project where a lot of people working on the same model, paint sometimes get overused because they want to just use it as a design tool, and sometimes people will be using paint all over the place. So it is going to be quite difficult to figure out when the wall is painted throughout the process. There is a manual process. In the same tool here, you can use the remove paint and have the mouse over the painted surface. The surface will be highlighted, in which you can remove the paint right there. But then again, you can do that manually. However, if you have hundreds, if not thousands of surface that's been painted, you're never going to be able to use the remove paint tool to remove or to figure out where the paint is or the surface ever been painted. It's going to be very tedious and challenging. So today's tips and tricks is going to be using a schedule. I'm going to show you how to set up a schedule in such a way to do just that. All right. Okay. So to do that, what I'm going to do is to go ahead and go to the schedule quantity, or I can go to the view tab. Under schedules, I can use this one called material takeoff. So material takeoff have a special place in Revit. Usually people use the material takeoff schedule to generate like a quantity of the material used in the project. Things such as how much concrete I have in the building, or how much drywall that I have for all my walls. So I can use that material takeoff schedule to generate some quantity takeoff in order to generate some costs associated with the project. In this case, I'm going to be using a material takeoff schedule to do something completely different. Alright, so let's jump right into this here. Let's go to the material takeoff. I'm going to be choosing a multi-category material takeoff schedule. You can do that if you know you are trying to track down any specific category that listed here. Before, what we do here today, multi-category material takeoff schedule actually is going to work just fine, or actually better. Alright, I'm going to leave the face under new construction. Hit OK to continue. So in the fields here, there are a number of things I'm going to choose. I'm going to be choosing the category. I'm going to start adding it to the schedule. And the next thing I'm going to do is the family. I'm going to add family there. The next one up is going to be level. And this is where it gets interesting. So there are all the material associated parameters that I can choose from this schedule. So in that case, I'm going to be choosing material area. This one is the big one. This one, material as paint. This is the one that actually is going to help us track down the material. So I'm going to add this to our schedule. And then I want the material name as well. And there's one more in the list, which is the type. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rearrange the schedule a little bit. I'm going to put the level under category, and I'm going to be putting the material as paint right after level, and then I will put type after family and the name after type. Okay, so that's the order. Let's move on to the filter. So under the filter, I'm going to be choosing the material as paint. You can see that I have several options here. I'm going to be using equals, and I'm going to be choosing yes or no. In this case, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tell Revit to generate a schedule to show me what the surface has been painted. So I'm going to say as paint equal yes. Under the sorting and grouping, I'm going to sort it by category. So that will help me sort everything from wall, roof, ceiling. They are grouped together by category. And I'm going to add a blank line there as well. And formatting and appearance, I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to skip them and hit OK. So let's take a look at this schedule. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the schedule here. The most important thing that I want to point out is the column C. And again, this is to tell you that these surfaces in my Revit model has been painted with the paint tool. That's why this column said yes. And it will also tell you that under the category here, which of the element has been painted. There are ceilings, floors, roof, and walls. And then of course you will see the name of the material that's been used, that's been painted, or the name, or the areas. So in this case, if I were to try to figure out, okay, I have to figure out some walls that's been painted over, I might have a material that I have in mind that I know that's been painted, but I don't know where they are. For example, like I have some masonry brick material that's been painted over to, let's just say, I'm going to use this one here. So I have a masonry brick wall that's been painted to one of my partition wall here. What I can do is I can select this row. I could say highlight the model. It will basically, Revit actually is going to show me where that wall is located in my view. In this case, it opens up my 3D view here. I can continue to hit show to cycle through any view that actually relevant to me. In this case, the 3D view is just going to be fine. So I'm going to say close. The wall that's been painted has been selected, which is this wall here. Since I'm in 3D view, I can go ahead and use the eyeglasses tool and say isolate element. Then this is it. You can see this wall has been painted the masonry wall brick material. If I were to use the remove paint button, right, you will see that my cursor has been highlighted and I can remove the paint. And this is to tell you that this surface has been painted, right? And let's try one more. We go back to, again, to the multi-category material takeoff schedule. Let's try the seating this time. Actually, before that, let me go ahead and undo this. And I'm gonna go back to the schedule. Let's pick the seating here. I'm going to use highlight in model again. And close. And again, I have the seating already selected. I can go ahead and use isolate element again. So let's see where that area has been painted. It's probably not here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the remove paint button. Oh, look at that. Right here. You see, I zoom in there. And there it is. Now I can remove these edges with the remove paint tool, because this is the area that's been painted. Just like that. Again, if you don't use the schedule with this kind of trick, it's going to be very, very difficult to figure out where this edge been painted. Again, assuming that you want to have the desired material applied to this area. Okay. All right. That's it. That's the tip for today. I hope you find this useful. If you want more of these video tips and tricks in Revit tutorial, please subscribe my channel. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you. See you.